I'm trying to be very specific in making the show.
Let's zoom up a little bit.
I'm trying to design something dark but also playful. And so the challenge was to design a world that still felt like it went in the Alien aesthetic.
Here we go!
This is a huge production. We have 8 episodes, but it really feels like 8 films. And absolutely everything is made. It's almost like doing a PhD in the world of Alien at the beginning. You've become a mini expert on the one aspect that you're contributing to make it feel as authentic as possible.
And 3, 2, 1, action!
When we're in Prodigy City, we're adding this sort of retro-futuristic tinge to it so that we place it somewhat in that first and second Alien timeline as an aesthetic. In that Yutani system of uniforms, there are definitely nods to the original in terms of colors and shapes.
Sutrat is somebody who is always character-led when it comes to the design choices, so she's always advocating for the costumes to reflect the characters. And I've just had so many satisfying chats with her about what we were thinking, but it's also really visible in all of the other costumes as well. One of the things we spoke about was costumes that don't interfere with his ability to work, play, eat, like kind of pajama wear. Thinking about somebody who never switches off. So here you are.
Finding that individuality has been so fun with Sutrat. There's something in the costumes, they feel like they really hold you up. There's like a posture about them. Otherwise, there's the humanness of slouching around, but it like keeps you synthetic.
The clothes and the perfection of things within Neverland and for Boy K needs to feel different from the gritty reality of what's happening on Earth, and also to his security force. They look like they've seen a lot of action and seen better days.
This day just gets better and better.
We have to talk to Noah, and then once we meet the actors and get what they look like, then we can adjust that and what we think they should look like for the show. We came up with groups, different sects of ideas.
It's sort of a retro future, right? So it's lots of sideburns, moustaches, grey haircuts, and that sort of nostalgia and futurism.
I texted Noah, I was like, I think he should have a beard. Scientists in the 70s, they were kind of hippies.
Watch this. For the TR6 guys, a little more hardcore military, but still keeping the 70s influence.
With the hair, Santa and Noah had an idea of me having this like Grace Jonesy kind of hair, and that's just my natural hair. So I was like, this is what I got, red hair. And she was so open, like, okay, let me pitch that to Noah and see what we can do.
Hey, we're having ice cream and we're talking.
For Lost Boys, sort of youthful, childlike 70s, trying to find 70s icons that we liken them to, maybe some characteristics or something feature-wise, and then we start to build up the characters that way. Wendy, we kind of were basing on Sigourney, sort of that clean makeup look, and it's just her own strength comes through.
They're talking to me. I want to hear them.
With Wendy's hair, we want to bring out something youthful and just let her natural, gorgeous, dark hair do its thing. And then somebody like Boy K, who's a bit more wild and impulsive, he can be a bit more crazy looking.
New life forms with acid for blood.
Boy K, he was a really fun one to design. Got a little bit of the Dylan curl. And then for Hermit, we really wanted him to seem sweet and different than the rest of the TR6 gang.
What did the robots say yesterday?
I gotta serve out my contract.
So we're stuck with you.
The gray area between human and machine in this is blurry in different degrees with different characters. And when you find out later, maybe you can go back and look at that and go, oh, that's why his sleeves are rolled up in a tab, or that's why that shirt is tucked in.
Especially like Morrow, he can sweat a lot, whereas Kirsch especially, he's kind of always pristine.
I was like, you know, if we bleach his hair, bleach his eyebrows, people will be like, he doesn't seem human. I think we're hoping the hair takes care of it. I love this 70s kind of aesthetic that harkens back to the original, but kind of futuristic new age mixed with sci-fi.
I think people have this perception that sci-fi is always this complete invention, but the horror reverberates more strongly and is more potent because the humans are so grounded. Of course, there's the visual element, of course, there's the aesthetics, but to me, it has to come from somewhere else because it's an extension of character behavior. So working with Noah has been fantastic on that level for me because I can pitch these ideas and give him the backstory to how I've arrived at an aesthetic. Working with someone who's so intellectually invested in everything is a real gift.